Hey, good morning, class. Good morning. I am back in town. I've been out. I was at a conference for the past 6 days. Anyhow, I am back. Hope all's going well. Hope you've been keeping up with the VHL Super Site. Anyhow, so this is your preview for week 7. Today is February 25th. February 25th. Wow. And so here we go. Let's talk about what's going to be going on this week. You guys have been going through chapter 3 and doing a lot of review because the conjugations, which is one of the biggest issues of this chapter, conjugation of regular AR, ER, and IR verbs. And I hope you guys have been able to see that subtle difference between the AR and ER and IR verbs. Last chapter we learned the AR verbs. You guys did pretty well. I will have those grades put in today. There I was able to get them done while I was on the plane. So let me go ahead and pause this. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Somebody was at the door. Okay, here we are. So looking at our weeks, I don't know how I got to week 3 on this, but this is where we're supposed to be. Okay, so a couple of things here. This repaso, we're going to be going over together. Okay, we're going to be going over the repaso. I'm going to be sending a video out. So verbs. On this next chapter test, you are going to have an auditive section which will be dedicated to the verbs. If you open up right now to page 49 of your textbook, which gives you the rundown of chapter 3, I'd appreciate it. Okay, here we are. You will notice that you have to know the AR, ER, and IR verbs, but you also need to know tener and venir. There will be a section on the test dedicated towards those two verbs. All right, so just make sure that you know those conjugations. Also, the vocabulary of the family. There's a lot of vocabulary here, and you really do want to know it. Okay, a lot of adjectives, etc. Now, in talking about these verbs, I'm going to be throwing in verbs like ser and estar. I still expect you to know those. Okay, so be reviewing your verbs, be reviewing all of it. Alrighty. On this test, in the auditive portion, I will be asking you questions. I'll be asking you questions with the verb tener. So you want to answer. If I ask you, ¿tú tienes calor? You'd answer, sí, tengo calor. If I ask you, ¿dónde está tu clase? You'd say, mi clase está en KCC, etc. Alrighty? So you really want to be on top of those verbs. The second section, of course, is vocabulary. And then you have structures. You're going to have those possessive adjectives, my book, your book, his book, her book, our book, etc. So you're going to need to know those. You have a section just for tener and venir. Then you have a section on the verbs, conjugating the verbs, a paragraph. You need to know those, and those will include tener, venir, ser, estar, regular AR verbs, ER, and IR verbs. You want to know those. And that really wraps up the test, all right? And that's pretty much it. It's a 3-page exam. I'm not going over anything more in depth than what you've been doing on the VHL Super Site. All right, you guys have a wonderful day. I got to get moving because I got work to do. Adios, que tengan buen día.